Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today's November 11th. Let's go over the games happened on Monday night, November 10th. The first one is the Lakers. They beat the Charlotte Hornets 121, 111. I'm surprised the Lakers only put 120 points. And Luka, of course, goes for 38 points, 5 3, 7 assists, and 6 rebound. Consider they're playing the Charlotte Hornets. I actually expected Luka to have a to at least drop 40 because the dude is averaging 40 points. Austin Reeves had 24 points. Somehow missed 3 free throws, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. Austin Reeves has just been amazing. And I don't think, well, obviously LeBron is going to take some usage away, but Reeves is still going to cook. He's a seventh ranked player, averaging 30 points and 9 assists. Um, but I honestly wouldn't like, if you give me a top 25 player, I don't know if he might just be a top 25 player across 9 category leagues because super good from the free throw line. A lot of assists. He's gonna have a lot of assists, points and threes as well. And then this year, most importantly, he's getting those steals as well, averaging 1.5. DeAndre Ayton, 7 for 10 is good, but nothing else. Rui Hachimura, same thing. Like he can score very efficiently. I mean, this game is versus the Hornets. 21 points and 3 threes, and Smart is a must roster, I think, for now. We don't know what's going to happen when LeBron comes back. He's 108th ranked player, but he's averaging 2.3 steals. He got 7 steals here. Steals and some assists. We look at Charlotte Hornets. Canupio. This guy is really good. Almost a triple double here. A must roster, and look, they're gonna let him cook. LaMelo Boy is out for now, so he's getting like a little bit higher usage, averaging 16.7 points, 3.2 threes is really good. But the problem with him is his lack of defensive stats. But with LaMelo Ball out, he's getting nine assists. A bit of sell high, like if you can get a top 50 player for him, you do it. But also depend on like he could be a top 50 player if LaMelo Ball, is out for season, let's say, right? He's doing all the playmaking and he's pretty efficient from the free throw line as well. Miles Bridges, big game versus the Lakers, 7 threes. I would try to sell high on him. LaMelo Ball has been out. He's been playing very well, but I don't know how much we can really trust it. He's just not very good as an NBA player. He can put up stats on this team. Ryan Kalkbrenner, just 19 minutes because he had 4 personal fouls. Pretty rough one. Still had 9 points, but no blocks. And Zion James and Colin Sexton. Even with no LaMelo, right? These guys play 25 minutes, and they're not good fantasy players either. And Musa Diabate had 29 minutes off the bench because Ryan Kalkbrenner had some foul trouble. Like he could be a good streamer for blocks and rebounds in 20 to 25 minutes a night. Moving on to the next one. Well, the Wizards, they really made Detroit work. Detroit, believe it or not, they are right now the number one ranked. What am I saying? Number one team in the East, 9-2, and the Knicks is 6-3. Yeah, the Detroit Pistons, they're having a great start. Let's see how the East is pretty open this year. So they can, if they have a top 4 seed, they can definitely make it to the second round. For the Wizards, Alex Sarr continues to be just amazing. 15 rebounds, a steal and 2 blocks, 15 points. I did not expect Sarr to be this good this year, offensively, efficiency-wise, right? And he's obviously getting a lot of. We know he can get blocks. He's averaging 2.5 blocks, but most importantly, he's shooting 52% from the field, averaging 18 points and 8 rebounds. Want to say sell high, but what are you gonna get back from him? If you can get a top 25 player, yeah, sure, but a top 50 player. And again, it depends on what your team needs in category leagues. His biggest category by far is the blocks, right? Help you a little bit with rebounds and points, but it's all about the blocks. So if the blocks dip to 1.5, I think he goes down quite a few ranks. But just offensively, he's been pretty good this year. And CJ had a big one, 42 points. Like, come on, let's try to sell high on him. 5 threes. They decided to give him big minutes because I guess the Wizards really trying to win this game. Trey Johnson played 23 minutes. Bob Carrington coming off the bench. At some point this season, Bob Carrington is gonna get more minutes. Not right now. Now he's off the bench because he started. When the season first started. I don't remember what happened. Maybe he got hurt. Right now he's coming off the bench, but he still got 35 minutes. Chris Middleton, yeah, they're not gonna play him. And Keyshawn George had 5 fouls again. He does foul a lot, but he's cooled off in a major way since the first week. Still a must roster player. For Detroit, Kate Cunningham. He played 44 minutes. Does this game go to overtime? This game did not go to overtime. He played 44 minutes. He took 45 shots. Sometimes this could be the frustrating part, like especially when it comes to betting, because I actually bet on his points. This one game in Mexico City, he just kept assisting, and he had like 17 assists that game. And this game, he took 45 shots. This is a pretty bad. It's pretty rough. Anytime any player took 45 shots to get 46 points, that's pretty rough. Consider he got to the free throw line 18 times. The numbers look really, really good across the board. 11 assists, 12 rebounds, 5 steals, and 2 blocks. But it is versus the Wizards. Kate Cunningham across 9 category leagues is the 27th ranked player. The counting numbers look huge. 10 points and 27 points. But the efficiencies are pretty rough. So yeah, I don't know. If you are punting a few efficiency categories, you can be pretty aggressive trying to get Kate Cunningham when he's having like a few rough games. Doran continues to be just no blocks here. 2 steals is really good. 7 offensive rebound, 19 points. But again, like, what kind of teams have Detroit played so far? Jalen Doran is able to go off, and I think he's getting a few extra minutes because Isaiah Stewart has been out. Otherwise, I think they go with Isaiah Stewart at the center a little bit more, because right now they got to go with Paul Reed, who is, I guess they don't really trust that guy. But Javonte Green got to start, 11 rebounds. Yeah, they're dealing with a couple injuries this game, so which is why Kate Cunningham decided to take everything upon himself. The next one is the Magic. They beat Portland 115-112. Portland is also they had a decent start, but Desmond Bain had a crazy game winner. Hopefully that helps with his confidence. Shaedon Sharp had 31 points in 20 minutes, while Jeremy Grant still gets a lot of minutes off the bench. 6 for 17. So Jeremy Grant, he needs to be rostered for now, but really try to sell Jeremy Grant. Yeah, Portland, I mean, they had a decent start, but now they're 5-5. And I think in 10 to 20 games, they're going to be outside the 10th seed. Drew Holiday is a must roster, but I would definitely try to sell high on him. 35 minutes, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and block. Donovan Killigan, no blocks. That's the sad part. 9 rebounds. Tomani Kamara had a steal and a block. He's a must roster, but it really depends on how many defensive stats he gets. And Danny Advia has had a good year. I would say somewhat a breakout. He's averaging like 25 points. That's a lot. 43th ranked player, right? 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 0.9 blocks, with really good efficiency across the board. Pretty good. If you drafted him in the 5th round or whatever, he's delivering that. For the Magic, Desmond Bain, 22.7 assists. He's just not going to put up. I don't think he's going to put out top 50 numbers on this team as long as Banchero and Wagner are healthy. Right, Banchero went 6 for 10 from the free throw line, but 28 points is fine. And Franz Wagner had 9 rebounds, 6 assists, still in 2 blocks, and 19 points, and 8 for 8 from the line. Yeah, these 2 guys are going to take so much. They just take a lot of usage. Although Wagner only took 10 field goals, but got to the line 8 times. Anthony Black, if Jalen Suggs is out, Anthony Black could be somebody we stream. A pretty rough game here, 2 for 8, only 8 points. But we can definitely stream as long as he's out. As long as Jalen Suggs continues to be out. And Wendell Carter Jr., if you need rebounds, sure. Somehow he got 5 assists and 2 blocks here, 19 points. So pretty good game from Wendell Carter Jr., but he mainly just give you rebound. And This is a classic case of a big man who just never improved, right? That's why I was pretty surprised, well, somewhat surprised at Alex Sarr. He is the second pick, because Wendell Carter Jr. is also a pretty high pick. I don't know, top 10 pick, and then he just like his first year, I think he got drafted by the Bulls. He averaged like, I don't know, 8-9 rebounds, 10 points, and just never improved. Never improved. The next one was kind of crazy. Miami, they won in overtime, 140-138. Donovan took 28 field goals, 3 for 16, had 28 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. So the counting numbers look good. Darius Garland, did he get hurt again? Oh my God, he only played 18 minutes. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Garland has been disappointing. This year just started, but last year was disappointing. And I think for a couple of seasons, one season, like he missed the first half of the season, came back and barely played. And he just had random injuries. Like he had a this is a toe injury, but 1 year, like his jaw, he had a broken jaw, so he was out for a while. But I think he had this toe injury for a while, even last year. So hopefully he gets healthy. Look, Garland is out. Like Sam Merrill could definitely be somebody we stream, and Lonzo Ball for some peripheral stats too. Jarrett Allen, just 20 minutes. Yeah, he's kind of cooked on this team. He's just not getting the minutes he used to get last year. So I would be very aggressive trying to sell high on him every time he pops off. Mobley, 1 block, 10 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds. Wow, that's big. 21 points. Overall pretty good. And DeAndre Hunter, yes. We got to roster him for now for the points and threes. But he's getting some rebound assists on this team, so that's good. But overall, he's just 116th ranked player. But 19 points and 2 threes is pretty good. He's only shooting 41% from the field. So if that improves, that he could move inside that top 80, 90. For the Heat, Norman Powell, 33 points. He absolutely popped off. And Wiggins had a game winner, 23 points. That's pretty good. And how about Kel Weir? We know Ben Adebayo is out, and we know when Ben comes back, Kel Weir is not going to do this. He's not going to play this high level minutes. So I would try to sell high. I would try to sell him for a top 50 player. But if you're getting a top 80, top 90 player back, right? Like if you're getting DeAndre Hunter back, then there's really no point. You want to just hold him for the upside. And it will be rough. I think we'll see. Maybe somebody else get hurt and he's gonna have a lot of good value. For him, it's about the minutes, right? He got 34 minutes here, 20 rebounds. That's great. That's still in a block. And Davion Mitchell, I mean, as long as Tyler Hero is out, and Triple J, 22 points off the bench. I feel like he's too good to leave him on the waiver wire now. But again, he's still coming off the bench, so the minutes is up and down from game to game. But I did see one stat, like he has the best plus minus. Clearly not here. He was a -2 in his 33 minutes, but he's played pretty well for the team this year. The next game is the Victor Wembanyama, 121. The Spurs beat the Bulls, 121-114. Yeah. The Bulls, I mean, come on. They can't really stop Wemby. 1 steal and 5 blocks, 5 assists, 12 rebounds, 6 threes. Now, it is versus the Bulls, who is definitely not known for their defense. So after this game, Wemby is back on the second-ranked player. Look, Wemby is going to be up and down. Whenever he's playing some really good teams, he's going to struggle. He's going to be in foul trouble too. He still have 4 fouls here. So, but the Heat has the highest upside, even higher than Jokic because of the blocks. Right? Jokic has never blocked even 2 shots ever on the season. Like Wemby, right? So far this year is averaging 4 blocks, but there will be a stretch he averaged 5, 6 against some bad teams, right? 8, 9 blocks. Stephon Castle with De'Aaron Fox back, it didn't seem like he slowed down at all. 11 assists and 3 steals, so that's great. We just hope that his efficiency improve. And De'Aaron Fox had 21 points, 6 turnovers. De'Aaron Fox, he's not going to put up the numbers he used to put up on the Kings, but he still should be, in my opinion, right? Give us 20, 21, 22 points with 6 assists and 1.5 steals. And that's pretty good still. So, and then he just came back, maybe, play him back into the game speed a little bit. The minutes is great. 6 turnovers is, not so good, but, all is well. Devin Vassell, that's a little bit concerning. He only played 21 minutes with De'Aaron Fox now back. Um, let's monitor his minutes. Like if he doesn't get minutes, like, it's okay to drop. He's at the end of the day, he's the 3-and-D guy. Like we can always find threes on the waiver wire. And Luke Cornett, he played 20 minutes. For Chicago, Vucevic played just 28 minutes. I guess he just couldn't stop Wemby. He's sort of struggling, but no worries. He's been playing really well. Well, I guess this game Giddey was out, and the Bulls still made it close. So they're at home, but that's pretty impressive. Trey Jones, a must roster, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. Really good game here. I think there's a lot of Trey. There's Trey Jones. There's Trey Johnson. And Trey Jones is 46th ranked player so far this year, averaging 2 steals. Yeah, if you can get any top 50 player, get rid of him, sell him. Matas, 15 points, a steal and a block, pretty good. 2 threes, but also he just played 25 minutes here because of the foul trouble. Moving on to the next one, the Bucks. They beat Dallas 116-114. The Bucks, they just find a way to win games in the regular season. So it's all about the playoffs for them. How about Ryan Rollins? Really, really impressive. Had 5 fouls, but 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals and a block, 13 points, 2 threes. He has been really, really good, and for such a young guy on this team. So, he is the 33rd ranked player. I mean, yeah, if you can get a top 30 player, you obviously trade him, but he's going to have a good season. He's going to be the starting point guard, averaging 2 steals, 5.6 assists. Like, these are pretty good numbers. His 16 points as well. AJ Green hit 4 threes. Yeah, he's just a 3-point streamer. While Miles Turner, struggled here, but he's been playing a lot better as of late. And, look, on this team, it's very clear. He's going to get 30-plus minutes. So, on the Pacers, a lot of times, he actually wouldn't get huge minutes. And switching to this team, I think it helps. It actually helped with his overall minutes and fantasy production. He just got to lock in and hit some shots and block more shots. Giannis, of course, great. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 and 3 blocks. Continues to be really, really good from the field. 11 for 18. But free throws, we know we got to pound free throws with him. And Kyle Kuzma, out of nowhere, had a big game with 26 points. We look at the Mavericks. This game, I guess they didn't have anybody. Where's AD? Where's AD? It's a really good game from Cooper Flag. His best game, maybe. 7 for 10 from the line, kind of sucks, but 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals and a block. I guess this is why people draft him in the 3rd or 4th round, because he does do everything. Like, he can get you rebound, he can get you assist, steals and blocks. Of course, he's somewhat efficient. Although this year, I don't think that's the case. He's shooting pretty poorly at free throw line. 7 for 10 here. PJ Washington had just 22 minutes with 4 fouls, 16 points. Yeah. Daniel Gafford, definitely try to sell him. If he pops off, 8 rebound here because, AD and those guys going to be back. Although, I don't know, AD has been out for a while. Brandon Williams got to start over D'Lo. 33 minutes here. I don't think we need to do anything. But Max Christie, we need to roster him. And they're lively. That's the name I was trying to think of. The next one, how about the Phoenix Suns? They did a bad team, but they're picking up wings. Right? It looks like they could make a run for the playoffs. They're 6-5 after they won 3 straight. So they might do better than they did last year when they had Bradley Beal and KD. So sometimes that's, if you have a bunch of guys that lock in, play defense, in the regular season at least, right? You end up winning more games. Case study one is Phoenix Suns this year. They might end up winning more games. They did deal with a lot of injuries last year, but I think KD for the most part was healthy. Well, the Pelicans, they're cooked. If you have Zion Williamson and you're not trying to sell high on him, you got it to. But he probably doesn't even give you an opportunity to sell high on him because First of all, he missed a bunch of games already, and when he plays, it's not that impressive either. So, yeah. And this team clearly they're not going anywhere. So Trey Murphy is obviously putting up really really good numbers right now, but we gotta think about, are they gonna play him? 32nd ranked player, and I don't know if he's injury prone or anything like that, but yeah, 2 threes, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Those are pretty good numbers. Herbert Jones started at the point guard, as a guard, okay, shooting guard. Yeah, like we could have him for some defensive stats, and Jeremiah Fears, he got 30 minutes. Yeah, we can roster him and just see how things go. They're giving him the minutes right now, right? 15 points and 3 threes is not bad, and with 2 steals. Come on, Looney, let's not worry about him. And Sadiq Bey is getting some minutes. Look, if we need some points and rebounds and threes, we could also have him. But the Pelican team is a mess. For Phoenix, they're playing well. Devin Booker, even though he's a first-round player, like on a per game basis, he's just never going to be a top 10 player. Maybe top 20. Just doesn't get a lot of defensive stats. But the team is winning, so it's all good. 19 points and a steal in 26 minutes. Grayson Allen popped off. Yeah, the team, is actually great. Like, yeah, Mark Williams doesn't space the floor that well, but hey, you let Devin Booker run the offense. You got 3 elite shooters. Okay, I wouldn't say Dylan Brooks is an elite shooter, but Grayson Allen definitely 40% career 3-point shooter. Popped off here. Yeah, that's why we roster him for a 3-point streaming. Mark Williams only played 20 minutes because the blowout and stuff. I think overall Mark Williams also has played well so far this year. He is 61st ranked player, averaging 12 points and 9 rebounds. 1.3 steals is really good, but we need more blocks from him. 58% from the field, that's to be expected, right? And then he also shot the free throw pretty well. So yeah, like with him, right, you're getting 0 assists and 0 threes, but everything else like pretty good. Efficiency wise, he's a big man too from the free throw line. Royce O'Neal continues to be hot. Like if we want to roster him for a couple more games, sure. He's playing really well at the moment. The next one is speaking of playing really, really well, how about the Timberwolves? They won again, 7-4 right now. The West is just so competitive. Like, the Timberwolves are 7-4 and they're 6th in the West. If you're 7, okay. I guess you could be 5th seed if you're Eastern Conference as well. But yeah, 7-4, 60% win rate team is pretty good. Like, you should be a top 4 seed once the season is all over. Well, Anthony Edwards, 35 points. Yeah, the Jazz, they probably don't really play much defense, but still a good game, 5 threes. Dante right now is a must roster. I would try to sell high on him, but looks like they are starting with him and giving him a lot of minutes. And if Dante plays 30 minutes a night, like he's a must roster. Just the amount of threes and steals he's gonna give you, right? Only 1 3 here, but still on the block, pretty good. Speaking of playing well, Julius Randle, what's going on with him? 12 for 13 from the free throw line. The problem with Randle in fantasy, in category leagues, is that he's a bad free throw shooter. He turned the ball over a lot. He doesn't get a lot of defensive stats. But this year, it's all changed so far. 12 for 13 from the line, 3 steals, 7 assists. He's playing really, really well. And again, I would try to sell him for the top 20 player. Definitely don't try to sell him for a top 40 or 50 because, Jaden McDaniels, 2 steals and 1 3, 16 points. He's also playing well. Timberwolves as a unit right now just popping off. And in this game, it is versus the Jazz. So 7 for 8 from Rudy too, 12 rebounds and 2 blocks. Rudy also has been popping off. And Nasri, he's not a must roster. 28 points off the bench, 7 points, right? Even when he is given 20 minutes, he doesn't do much. Now, if Rudy is hurt, then, if he gets consistent 30 minutes, then we can think about it. The next one is the Jazz team. Lauren Markkanen hasn't really missed a lot of games. Like, decent game here. Like, 21 points, 4 threes, 8 rebounds. Happy with that. It's just, can he stay healthy? And are they going to play him? Keontae Jordan continues to just play really good basketball. 27 points, 3 threes, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block. He's another guy like I said Alex Sarr is improved a lot. And how about Keontae George? Like his ranks still probably not very good because all the, wow, he's 63rd ranked player. I spoke too soon. 22 points and 7 assists with 4 rebounds. Another guy that really improved. I think these two guys in fantasy, like these are the young guys that improved the most overall so far. Alex Sarr probably have the bigger leap, I feel like, but Keontae George is also very, very, very impressive so far. And they started Ace Bailey, so they're gonna play him. They're gonna start him. So yeah, if you want to have Ace Bailey, like just go pick him up and see how things go. I mean, it's gonna be rough, but if they want to give him minutes, right, it's worth rostering him. And Yusuf Nurkic continues to get 25 minutes. I would try to sell high, get any value back for him. I think as the season goes on, right, and Kevin Love is on this team. Yeah, as the season goes on, they're not gonna start him and play him 30 minutes. Moving on to the next one, the Atlanta Hawks. The Clippers is just a mess right now. 105, 102, and they don't have Trae Young, of course. And Porzingis, 20 points, 3 blocks. This is such a typical Porzingis game, right? 2-3 blocks, 20 points, 9 for 9 from the free throw line, pretty good. Okongwu came off the bench, played 26 minutes. The minutes is a little bit low, but 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists is also great. Dyson Daniels has been playing a lot better as of late. 3 steals in the block, 8 assists here with no Trae. But he's still nowhere near where he was last year. Jalen Johnson, okay game. 10 rebounds, 8 assists is still on the block. For Jalen, it's about the efficiency. I think the counting numbers are pretty good. Can he improve his efficiency, especially the free throw? Keaton Wallace, he started, it doesn't seem like he get a lot of assists. So if you want to roster him for a couple games, sure. Because, Trae is going to be out for like 2-3 more weeks. For the LA Clippers, Harden, 35 points, 35 triple-double, but it's not enough. But yeah, Harden last year played really, really well. This year so far, he's also been very, very good. And he hasn't really missed, he missed a couple games. But he's been healthy for the most part. Chris Dunn, a steal streamer, defensive streamer, 36. Good to see Chris Dunn play on the Clippers and contributing to winning. This guy was on the Bulls for a while, right? Every year in fantasy, he's a guy that we draft for assists and steals. But yeah, good to see him, still playing. Zubac, 30 minutes, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks is okay. And they started John Collins, giving him 31 minutes. Not the best game. And Derrick Jones Jr. had 33. Yeah, it's interesting. Like this game, right? They did not play Bogdanovic. Ty Lue did not play him. They started John Collins. Yeah. Interesting decision. The Clippers, they got to pick up some wins. In the West, you can't afford to just punt off too many games. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.